Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. Today, we are going to talk about one of the places that I visited in Paris. It was an interesting yarn shop. You can tell from the title, it was called Lil Weasel. I'm probably not saying that correct in French, but that is how I would pronounce it in English. And I have found French to be difficult for me in the sense that I can understand it in that it's close to, many of the words are close to Italian and Spanish, but they tend to drop off at the end, so the pronunciation is hard. The pronouncing of things is difficult because I want to say all of the sounds, and so I end up pronouncing things incorrectly because I have to really, really practice to drop some of those sounds, and I'm tired, so I apologize if I did not say it correctly. So this shop was really lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot that I can show you because the stuff that I got is for other people. I do have a little bit that I can show you, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I got while I was on my trip. To kind of round out the video, right? So I do have some things to show you from this shop. And I do have some video and some pictures that I'm going to put in to show you. But it's not going to be like a lot of stuff because some of the stuff that I got was for other people. So with that being said, here is your yarn shop footage. It was a two-sided yarn shop, which I thought was very interesting. And both sides had something a little different to offer, even though it was one whole shop. A lot of the yarns I could get in lots of places. And I know I said that in one of my other videos, and you're like, well, you know, you're in Paris, you should buy the yarn. Yeah, I wanted to, but we only had carry-on suitcases. So I had to fit everything into what we could carry. So I had to be very mindful of what I was purchasing. There were some things there that I would have loved to have gotten, but there just wasn't room. And I had to think about all of the time that we were going to be there and all of those other things. So, and at this point, I still had one more yarn shop to go to because this is the second one. This is the one in the middle. So I was like, well, there's still another one I want to go to. I might get something there. Let me just not, spend it all in one place. And thankfully I didn't, because at that one, as you've seen previously, I found something for Sparkle, and that was really great. So I'm hoping I can get started on that soon. So, what did I get? Well, I did get these buttons. Got these little buttons. Got 6 of them. You can see what's on there. It's a little fox. And those are for Sparkle. I'm going to make something for her. She picked these out, so I do have that. And then she also picked out some fabric. She wanted to get fabric for me to make some things for some of her animals, her stuffed animals, and her ponies. And that is fine. I can hand sew. I do have a sewing machine that I was gifted. It is an American plug, so I need to check to make sure that I can use it with the transformer, because I don't want to blow the transformer or blow the machine up by putting it in with the wrong amount of power. So here's the fabric that she picked out. Was this one? And then there was this one. And these are like fat quarters, maybe a little bit bigger than a fat quarter. But they're very nice. And then this one, which I really like. And this one reminds me of fabric that I bought from a shop here for one of my bulletin boards at work. And then this one, which I thought was interesting, has different flower designs on it. Right. And then last but not least, this one. So there are several things that she has asked for me to make, and it's just cutting them up and like sewing together, making little pillows or blankets or little curtains for different things that she has in her room. So the other thing that I got was this little hank of hand-dyed superwash merino in blue. They did not have like a darker blue, but I did get this a little tiny hank of yarn. They had a couple of small baskets of little hanks like this of hand-dyed yarn. Now they did have some bigger ones, but they were fingering weight. And this I can easily incorporate into something. Big hanks of fingering weight, I have learned that I get frustrated with easily because it takes forever. And I do not have that kind of patience right now in my life. Maybe later in my life, but right now I don't have that kind of patience. So I got that one, and I am excited to either just keep it as my yarn from Paris or to work it into something at some point, right? So to give you a little bit more to see, while I was there and we were going to different places, I did get some bags. So, because I want to use them as project bags. Also here, and I know they're starting to do this in some places in the US, but here, you have to have your own bags when you shop. Pretty much, period. A couple of places sometimes will give you a bag. Most places will ask you if you want a bag, and it costs money. And that's understandable. I understood it when I was in the States. We would bring our own bags when we would go shopping. They didn't always let us use them sometimes, but most places were okay with it. So I did get some bags that I can use for project bags. This was one of them, and this is, you can unzip it, and then this kind of folds in. So this is the Mona Lisa, which I did get the opportunity to see while we were in Paris. I did get this from the Louvre, right? So that was really nice. I got this one from the there was a zoo, the menagerie. I was like, it wasn't the big zoo. I got this from the menagerie. And this was a little zoo inside of the botanical gardens. And this says Be Wild on it. But I thought this, of course, I love black cats. Hello, have you met Nero? If you haven't, you should go back and watch some of those videos. But I thought this was a nice little project bag. And then this one I got. I thought this one was cute. I got this one at Centre Pompidou, and it is a like a modern art museum. They have lots of other things there too, but this one was a modern art museum. So I thought that was really neat. So yeah, those are the project bags that I got just from around Paris, and these rolled up except for this one because it was already. I mean, I could make it tinier if I wanted to, but I didn't. But these rolled up very nicely in my bag. All right, so I hope that you have enjoyed the yarn shop. I know I really enjoyed this particular yarn shop. It was really inviting and warm. I mean, even when we got there, it wasn't open yet, and we stood there and just kind of, window shopped. We were like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot one more thing. All right, sorry, I almost ended this video without showing this to you. I bought this while we were there. Sparkle saw one of these already made and she fell in love with it. And she really, really wanted it. But in yarn shops, you know that anything that's made isn't really for sale. Well, usually it's not for sale. Every once in a while. There was a shop I found in North Carolina where the things that were made were for sale. But most of the time they're not. They're just to kind of show you what you can do with the yarn. So she found an Amy that she really, really loved. It was this unicorn, but the unicorn did not have the green hair here. It had like rainbow hair. You know, I mean, you can adjust as we do, right? When we make patterns, when we make things from patterns. So this is, of course, an Amy kit, and it is a complete crochet kit. The only thing was, I didn't show that in the other video. I'll have to add an addendum. I didn't show that in the other video. You already have seen the video, but I'm just now realizing while I'm filming that I didn't show this in the other video. Oh well. But I didn't have the hook that I needed. So when I got to the other yarn shop that you've already seen, I bought some hooks, which I will show you. Yeah, I'll have to add an addendum to that video. Anyway, this is something that I already have in progress, right? This is part of the unicorn, right? And this is using the Shipyas. I hope I'm saying that right. Stone washed. It is 100% cotton. This is in the color Moonstone. And then the gold for the feet is also the same brand, but this is Twinkle, and it's 88% cotton, 12% polyester, and it is color 938. But this one is 78. Oh no, this one is cotton acrylic. This is 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. It's a sport weight. You can use a 3 to 3.5 millimeter crochet hook or knitting needles. It says it right there. And it is 50 grams or 130 meters. 50 grams and 130 meters, not either or. And then this one is, you can use a 4 millimeter knitting needle or crochet hook. It's 25 grams and 75 meters. You can machine wash warm. Yeah, machine wash warm. Do not tumble dry. Do not dry clean. This one you can iron. This one you cannot iron. And then for the hair, and there's a little heart on the chest here. Little heart right there. You can see that. They included this green, and this is the Katona, which is 100% mercerized cotton. This is 10 grams or 25 meters, and you can use a 2.5 to a 3.5 hook or set of knitting needles. This is a fingering weight yarn, and this does not have, this might be color 385, but it says lot 29 on it. So that says, why won't that focus? Oh my goodness. 385. It says it right there. I don't know why you can't see that. It's so not working. Oh wow. Okay, let's see. Nope. Okay, not gonna focus. It also comes with safety eyes and the stuffing. for it as well. So I am using the recommended hook, and it is turning out to be pretty small, and that's fine. But Sparkle was in love with it, so I got it, and that is what I am making. And I'm going to go see if I can find those hooks real quick, and maybe I'll just show them in this video. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not going to add an addendum to that video because that's just one more thing. I'm just going to show you here. I did not buy these at the Little Weasel, but this amigurumi inspired me to buy them at the shop where I bought the yarn for Sparkle to make her blanket. So these are Knit Pro Bergère de France, right? Crochet hooks. I did buy the whole set because for one crochet hook, didn't matter what size it was, one crochet hook. All of the ones that I saw at the Little Weasel, they wanted like 20 euro for one hook. So I didn't buy any hooks there. And when I went to the other shop where I bought the yarn for Sparkle, that I used the money that I got from Sam for my birthday for, they had hooks. They had a set of hooks, and all of their single hooks were 13 euro, 12 to 13 euro a piece. So I was like, well, I don't need another set of hooks. I don't need it. I only have 2 hook sets that are mine. Sparkle has one hook set that's hers, but I only have 2 that are mine. One is Clover and one is a just the aluminum hook set. I do have some individual hooks, like I have the Omi hook that I got as a gift. I do have some Furls hooks, but I don't have like set. I don't need another set of hooks, but it worked out to be cheaper to buy the whole set of hooks than to buy one hook, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I bought the whole set. So I'm using, right, the 3mm hook here. And these hooks are working out just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They are flat. So if you are a knife holder, that might be difficult for you. I have to hold this a certain way as a pencil grip. I have to hold it on the flat part. I can't hold it like this or it will like twist out of my hand. So I have to hold it like this, which sometimes can be a little awkward in the stitching, but I'm not finding it impossible to use. And this came with all the way from a 2.0 to a 6mm in the hooks. So this is the only one I've used so far, but I am using it to make this. So this is a fitting place to show this. So I am using it for, put it back in there so I don't lose it. So yeah, you got a little bit more in the video because I forgot not only to show the Amy, but also to show the hooks from the other place. So I'm tired, you guys, and I still have one more video to go. But I hope that you enjoyed the yarn shop as much as I did. I truly did enjoy this yarn shop. I enjoyed all 3 of them, but this one I enjoyed probably more than the 3rd one. Just because it felt like, it felt amazing. Like, to be honest, both the ladies on both sides were wonderful to work with, like to speak to interact with, and not just because I was buying things, but like just to talk about yarn, right? Like they were just so sweet and wonderful, and it was very lovely. So with that, I will bid you adieu, right? I will tell you goodbye, au revoir, ciao, arrivederci, all of the things. And as always, be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella.